A company that does background checks says it is running into roadblocks because of the U.S. Supreme Court's ruling on tribal jurisdiction.
They say it's tough checking tribal court records since right now their records are often outdated and incomplete. News on 6's Ashlyn Brothers is live with more tonight. Ashlyn?
Well, Craig and Lori, Investigative Concepts says it used to be simple because they could check national criminal databases as well as city and county court records. But now tribal courts are involved. Investigative Concepts represents hundreds of companies in Oklahoma and is responsible for updating records.
Some of them are violent crimes that are being vacated. Child predators, stuff like that recently that were part of McGirt, so they couldn't file it. Well, try to go find that on a federal charge as a company trying to dig that information up for an employer.
Scott Good owns IC Labs and says he has to contact tribal courts over and over again to get the information they need.
They're overwhelmed too with the changes, but we're at their beck and call. We send a records request email, which is how they instructed us to do it, and we simply get an answer back, no records.
The Cherokee Nation says in part its district court clerk's office has always provided background checks for employment purposes when requested, and its online court records is up and running for public use. The Seminole Nation of Oklahoma says in part the tribal court systems impacted by the McGirt ruling continue to adapt administratively. This includes steps to develop an accessible online resource tool.
If I can't see it and be able to report it back to these employers, it makes it a little harder for that employer to have a safe work environment.
Now, Good says the Choctaw Nation has an accessible website for verifying those records. I also reached out to the Quapaw Nation and the Chickasaw Nation and haven't heard back yet. Ashlyn Brothers, Oklahoma's Own, News on 6.